Back at it again, and we got to talk about Abby Phillips, CNN, and a couple of people that she brought on to the show with her, because man, do they have a meltdown over Trump. Like, share, comment, and hit that subscribe button if you are new, and let's dive in.
Just moments ago in South Carolina, Donald Trump accused the sitting president of the United States of hating black people.
It's the only thing he's really been good at his entire career. You know what that is? Being a racist, because he's a racist. Biden spent years palling around with notorious segregationists.
Donald Trump made that remark in South Carolina while making a pitch to the core of the Biden coalition, black voters. Now, Donald Trump failed to mention a few important things there. He was the guy who played footsie with white nationalists after Charlottesville. Donald Trump was the guy who had to be asked over and over again to distance himself from David Duke, the literal grand wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. And the actual Trump sales pitch to black voters was even simpler than that. Biden bad, Trump good.
Oh, you mean like the sales pitch that you guys try to give? Trump bad, Biden good. But, you know, Abby, I want to play this clip for you, Abby. I know you probably don't watch the show, but, you know, we're gonna play this clip for you. I got to find it again. Where is it at? Oh, here we go. Abby Phillips, you saying that Trump never denounced or had to be asked multiple times to denounce anyone that is racist is a lie. I have a video of Trump denouncing white supremacy and racism and everything else almost 40 times.
I denounce white supremacy, okay? Wait, are you listening? I denounce white supremacy.
Okay.
What's your next question? I denounce white supremacy.
Okay.
You start off with white supremacy, I denounce it.
Are you willing tonight to condemn white supremacists and militia groups and to say that they need to stand down and not add to the violence in a number of these cities, as we saw in Kenosha and as we've seen in Portland?
Sure,
Are you
I'm
prepared
willing to do
specifically?
that. I totally disavow the Ku Klux Klan. I totally disavow David Duke. Any group of hate, I am, whether it's white supremacy, whether it's any other kind of supremacy, whether it's Antifa, whether it's any group of hate, I am very concerned about it, and I'll do something about it. In one voice, our nation must condemn racism, bigotry, and white supremacy. These sinister ideologies must be defeated. Hate has no place in America. And you had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally. Racism is evil.
All right, Trump. We got it. So, Abby Phillips, what was that you said again? I literally just played a clip of him denouncing white supremacy, David Duke, and everything else in between. How many times was that? We got to 13 times. And we were only a minute into the video. So, again, Abby, that is a flat-out lie. It's a flat-out lie. You know... That's the thing that we have to make sure that we don't allow leftist media to do. And that's just blatantly lie like that. Oh, Trump didn't denounce anything. Bro, I've got the footage. Oh, and he said they were the great. No, he said I denounced the terrible people. I'm not talking about the terrible folks. We got it on tape. And then after that, she said, oh, well, Trump's pitch is simple. Biden bad, Trump good. Well, that's your pitch, right? Oh, Trump bad, but Biden is great. Biden is great. Goodness gracious.
And I'm thrilled to be here tonight with crooked Joe Biden's absolutely worst nightmare. Hundreds of proud, black, conservative American patriots. You shouldn't be doing well, because honestly, they've done a lousy job for you. They've done a lousy job for you. They've done a lousy job for everybody. But for black Americans, they have done a very poor job. If you want strong borders, safe neighborhoods, rising wages, good jobs, great education, and the return of the American dream, then congratulations, you are a Republican. It's pretty simple.
Trump says that he's not going to take the black vote for granted. He says under the last 4 years of his presidency, he achieved the lowest African-American unemployment rate ever recorded. But it turns out that's not true. The all-time low for black unemployment was set by, you guessed it, Joe Biden in April of 2023 at 4.8 percentage points. And Trump also added this.
Unlike racist.
And what types of jobs are those? When you walk up to folks and you ask them, how are you doing financially? Does it sound like they're financially better? Since unemployment is so low, Abby, when you walk around and you ask folks, how are you doing financially? What do they say? We've got plenty of videos of it. So you can't, well, I'm sure CNN and all of the folks will lie about it, right? But we've got the video footage. Oh, Biden has the lowest unemployment. Okay, fine. Take it, right? You can have it. How are people's pockets? I'll wait. I'll wait. You can tout, oh my goodness, lowest unemployment all day long. But we also have a record number of individuals who are purchasing things on credit cards. So again, how is that unemployment doing? I rest my case.
Joe Biden, I've spent my entire life working hand in hand with black Americans to create jobs, build buildings, invest in our communities. I want to tell you, a black worker is a great worker.
All right, well, let's put aside treating black people like a monolith, which he did over and over again. Donald Trump's career has been marked by a detailed history of racism. He was sued in the 1970s for housing discrimination based on race. He settled that suit, and Trump also gave a pretty stunning reason for why he says black voters like him now.
I got indicted for nothing, for something that is nothing. And a lot of people said that that's why the black people like me, because they have been hurt so badly and discriminated against.
I want to start with Republican strategist Chair Michael Singleton, along with former communications director for Vice President Harris and former senior advisor to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Ashley Etienne. I am going to start with you, Ashley, because
Thank you. I think he needs to defend his party and the head of his party.
The idea that Trump being indicted multiple times makes him simpatico with black people in this country is what?
I mean, here's the thing. I couldn't be more, and I'm going to take the privilege of speaking for all black people. I couldn't be more offended by that statement.
No, you're not going to speak for all black people. But you know what can? Poll numbers. Facts don't care about your feelings. And you know what the facts are? I forgot this chick's name. Ashley. I think that's her name. You know what the facts are? Following these indictments, Trump's poll numbers have only gone up. That's a fact. That's not speculation. That's not me making anything up. That's not my personal feelings. Ooh, boo, ooh, I'm offended. That is a fact. And facts don't care about your feelings. Continue.
And I just find it very rich. And here's the other thing. Him saying black the way that he did, it just felt mocking in some sense. But here's what.
Oh, you mean like when Joe Biden said, if you don't vote for me, then you ain't black? Did that seem mocking to you? You mean like when Joe Biden called black kids roaches? Did that seem like mocking to you? Do you mean when Joe Biden said, hey, yeah, Obama's the first clean and articulate mainstream black male? Did that seem mocking to you? Huh? Of course not. Of course not. Sure it didn't, because he's a Democrat and he's allowed to say it, right? Continue.
There's an added emphasis there.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
just the
probably not
emphasis on the
necessary.
B. But here's the real reality is, you know, Trump can try to pander to black folks while insulting us at the same time in the same.
Oh, pander. I'm glad you brought. Darn it. You mean like when Joe Biden pandered to that black family and brought them fried chicken? Of all the darn things he could have brought that black family, y'all know what I'm talking about. I made a video on it. Brought them fried chicken. Was that pandering? Or you mean like when Hillary Clinton went on the Breakfast Club and Charlemagne asked her, "What do you keep in your purse?" and she said hot sauce? Was that pandering? And she basically admitted to it. Charlemagne said people are going to consider that pandering, and she said, "Well, is it working?" So, were those situations pandering? Because we all know darn well she don't keep no hot sauce in her purse. I'd bet every dollar I got, which ain't much, but I'd bet it all. I'd bet the house. She don't got no hot sauce in her darn purse. Joe Biden ain't never pulled up to one of his buddy's house and brought them fried chicken. I'd bet everything. But it's okay when Democrats do it. Fine.
Same breath. But, you know, black folks aren't like any other voter, and voters really want to know at the end of the day, what have you done for me lately? And that's where Joe Biden actually has the advantage. To your point, 4% unemployment among African Americans, 14% when Trump was president. Joe Biden created 15 million jobs, you know, just canceled $1 billion in student loan debts, which really is going to set up a lot of black folks to create generational wealth. And that's what it boils
Wrong, and wrong, but carry on.
So this to me is just, you know, it's pandering. It's you know, it's at its worst, but it's not going to have a major impact.
Chair Michael, you know the person who started this organization that Trump was speaking at. Is this what he had in mind when he created a space? And let's be honest, there are black conservatives.
Yeah.
There needs to be black conservatives, but is this what he had in mind when he created this space?
I mean, look, I think that African Americans do have some dislikes about the current iteration of things, politically speaking. Trump mentioned the immigration issue. We've all seen videos and clips out of Chicago, out of New York City. I just talked about that on Jake's show a couple days ago. So there are some points of contention there. I do also think that there's some points of contention with black men in particular. And Democrats have actually acknowledged this, that they recognize they need to work harder with black men. Now, am I saying that we're going to see a plethora of black men all of a sudden voting for Donald Trump beyond the 12% he received in 2020? That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that any decrease in black men in key states like Georgia, perhaps Pennsylvania, these are key battleground states that President Biden won by very slim margins in 2020, that decrease could somehow give Trump some level of a mathematical advantage.
But, I mean, there's all of that, and then there's what Trump said and did tonight. I want to play just one more bit of what Trump said tonight.
Oh, God.
These lights are so bright in my eyes that I can't see too many people out there. But I can only see the black ones. I can't see any white ones, you see? That's how far I've come. That's how far I've come. That's a long way, isn't it? These eyes. We've come a long way together.
I mean, I don't even know what that means.
Well, I was waiting for him to throw gold sneakers into the audience.
Speaking of the gold sneakers, speaking of the gold sneakers, I mean, this is part of the conversation here. This from Trump, you know, I saw conservatives complaining about Biden going and doing that video with black voters and eating a meal with them. The kids were eating fried chicken. They called that pandering. Is any of this, all of this pandering, is this the right way to reach black voters in general?
Well, I mean, there's no doubt that there's a clear problem. The Democratic Party is having a problem the enthusiasm gap among black male voters in particular. This New York Times article not too long ago, poll that showed that Donald Trump's polling at 22% with black male voters, and that set off alarms obviously within the party. But here's what I am, seeing. I've met with the party. We sort of had a debrief about what lessons learned from 2020. I was in the war room and we were bleeding black male voters 30 days out from the election. Part of what we saw then, I don't think the party is quite yet ready to confront in any sort of robust way. I mean, the strategy is quite antiquated. They're putting $25 million on television in these ads with the president sitting down having dinner. That's an antiquated strategy. The issue really is that disinformation is disproportionately targeted to black voters as well as youth voters. And that's what we saw dating all the way back to the 2016 election. U.S. intelligence.
What disinformation do you speak of? Give me something specific that's disinformation. I'm sure it's just information that doesn't come from, mainstream media, right? Or the Biden administration.
Intelligence agencies are saying it's going to only get worse this cycle. AI is only going to compound the situation with these deep fakes. So the concern is that the party, for me, is that the party's not really ready to deal with this issue. You can try to address it on the margins with these types of dinners and these, and ads and $25 million on television. But the reality is the problem is in our feeds. It's the corrosion within our feeds that we're not ready yet to.
Notice what she just said. She just said it and didn't even realize she said it. Oh, it's okay for Biden to pander and bring black folks fried chicken. But oh goodness, if Trump gets on stage and says anything towards black folks, oh my goodness, he's pandering and this is terrible. But it's fine if Democrats do it. Did y'all catch that? Goodness gracious, man. Just told on herself right there. Don't you just love when they just keep talking? Just keep on talking. I'll be quiet. You're going to slip up. The truth will come out.
A quick last word to you.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that black men have legitimate concerns. They have concerns about the state of the economy. They have concerns about economic leverage, and they don't see those answers coming from Democrats. And so Trump is making the message. Again, it doesn't mean that we're going to see 30% of black men all of a sudden becoming Republicans. But what it does mean is that Donald Trump is tapping into something that I don't think we can ignore.
Well, we'll see how it works.
Hold on. What happened to those great unemployment numbers? Why can people complain about the economy when we have record low unemployment? I thought that was such a fantastic thing. Everybody's working. Got you again. But hey, as always, I just had to fact check mainstream media, since mainstream media loves to try to fact check the Don, right? We gonna start fact checking them live, right? With footage to back it up. Goodness gracious, man. As always, though, y'all let me know what you thought about this one in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, hit that subscribe button before you go. Peace and love. I'm out.